Yeah, hi. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late, out of date. I wish I did it Tuesday, but I messed up with the timing, really. You know, I didn't do the Raw review on Tuesday instead of. So that's kind of why I'm doing it now, the review. There was also no real pressure, just wanted to let people watch the Raw review first before doing this. But hey, it is time for your NXT and AEW Dynamite review. The first time I'm doing it in a while like this way for NXT. So the Tuesday Night War, ladies and gentlemen, before the Wednesday Night War with AEW and NXT, now it's the Tuesday Night War for one night because basically AEW had to be pushed to Tuesday this week due to some game, I think the NHL or something. I don't fucking remember, nor do I care. So yeah, the Tuesday, so the AEW versus NXT War was reunited. So that's what happened. I will say both shows did some sort of effort. I would say there was a bit of effort from both shows. At least I would go on to say that there was a bit more effort to care about both AEW and NXT. The problem with NXT, the problem with AEW though is AEW. They thought the effort they put is by doing indie matches like. Who the fuck cares about these indie fucking matches? Like when and also they're putting on good matches with no stories. Like they had these matches where there's no story for most of these matches. These wrestlers are not like they don't really have character, and they thought like, oh, we're gonna do these matches because they're why not? Because it's gonna be a good match for these indie wrestling smarky fans that like fucking smarky indie dumbass wrestling. The only match I thought that was really good from AEW was, which I will say, it was better than one. Like there were some certain segments to care about and whatever, and I thought the main event was good and that just goes to show how Edge is fucking great. But NXT definitely felt like the quality was better, because they were in competition. They wanted to do better, right? And obviously NXT should be on Tuesdays now. Well, they gotta bring back. You gotta bring Cena, Taker, even though I do think that is desperation, I do think, yes, it is them fucking, yes, that was them being desperate against AEW. I'm not denying that. But again, they were still bringing people anyways from the main roster. They're trying to get a TV deal with the USA Network to keep NXT, so that's... But wasn't that tell you guys that they have to worry about... Now the ratings with NXT, or make people care about NXT with the TV deal. What is that like? Doesn't WWE think like, yes, you're making money with your business, but shouldn't you worry about your fucking show? Just saying. And yes, wow, wasn't it big? The Undertaker returned for one night because of freaking the Tuesday Night War type of thing, whatever. Yeah, so he actually did show up with the gong in the end of the commercials, and he actually showed up. He showed up as the American Badass. Because Braun Breaker says, there's only one badass in this company! It's not bad. Grab your Coca-Cola, drink my Nissan, spy me some bitches, go, oh shit, oh shit. Let's talk about this fucking show. Oh shit, cheers, motherfuckers, cheers. Good stuff. So I'm gonna start with NXT, because NXT was alive before AEW, so we're gonna start with that. Alright? Kind of like how I usually do. So it's kind of cool. Like, I'm doing, like, both reviews. I'll be honest with you, I would wish that NXT and AEW would be back on the same nights again. Because it would save us from, like, too much fucking wrestling in 1 week. Well, sure, you focus on NXT one night and the AEW other, but the thing is, in my honest opinion, like, why does NXT need to be, on Tuesday, or just, like, whatever, I just wish it would be both, like, I would actually like it more if it was on both, like, the same night, honestly, just to, like, get it done, right? I would wish that NXT would be back on Wednesdays, because Tuesdays I'm usually busy. Actually, this Tuesday I wasn't busy, because it was, like, my off week from the gym. So I didn't go to the gym this Tuesday. Just I always like to take a little breaks, like one week a month to help the body grow, right? But then not just that. I don't know. I'm busy usually on Tuesdays, so. But yeah, I don't know. So NXT, I have to say this. This show, why couldn't this show be on it in an arena? Like, couldn't they have like try to make the show in an arena instead of the performance center? Apparently, there was like a lot of people waiting to be. Apparently, you have to pre-register like for to be in the crowd, which is like fucking ridiculous. But you see a lot of fucking fat neckbeards, which is crazy. Oh my god, a lot of neckbeards in both shows. But like seriously, why couldn't they? If you want NXT to be better, I do think NXT would be visually better if it was in an arena. Like, why couldn't this show take place in an arena? I don't fucking know. Performance Center is not working, in my honest opinion. It's too small. It doesn't like feel like. It's just not. Anyways, the show started. So NXT started with Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen. The show started with Cody Rhodes. Says like, you know what you guys want to talk about? He says how, you know, I have an announcement. Or whatever. Talk about how he has an announcement. Like, what announcements? Like, whatever. They said, I don't just have announcements, I have announcements. Like, oh, wow, multiple announcements. And he says, you know, we like to talk about how there's, you know, a bunch of tournaments going on. Like, you know, there's the women's breakout tournament. But who can forget about the men? That we got a men's breakout tournament. But also, there's also a certain tag team tournament, and then the event's like, oh, the good crowd's like, Dusty! Because, you know, Dusty has tag team classic, and it leads to Cody Rhodes announcing that there will be also a Dusty tag team tournament, blah, blah, blah. Which, okay, you know, whatever. But, like, so his thing is that he's just announcing tournaments. But not just that, yeah. He also announced that he's gonna be the honorary guest referee in honor with Shawn Michaels appointing him as the honorary guest referee, the guest GM of NXT, because gotta have EVP rights in AEW. Whatever. So he was in charge basically. Which, okay, whatever. I would think would have been fucking impactful if he was mentioning the tag team tournament. Even though it was me like, you know, my father's Dusty Rhodes. I love my father. Dad would be proud. My dad would be proud. Like, it would have been cliche, but why not him announce that him being part of the tag team tournament? Wouldn't that been something? You know, than just like him being, yeah, there's a tournament? Like, shouldn't he want for something? Because he loves his father so much. Even though his father would be disgraced about him being gay and dating blacks. But, wouldn't that have been something at least? Like, why not? Like, and not, like, I don't know. Like, why would they? But, I mean, maybe make people care about the tournament, right? Have him be part of the tag team tournament. Win for his father type of shit. You know, that could be a story right there. You're already having main roster people on NXT. What's the difference, you know? Anyways, that's what happens. Then Ilya Dragunov comes out, the NXT champion. He says, like, you know, from another one person to, you know, it's great to see a person who I respect very much or whatever. It was Ilya Dragunov's birthday as well. On the show, fans were chanting happy birthday, which, like, how the fuck these people know that this guy had his birthday today or yesterday? Like, damn, these people are fucking they're obsessed. It's like, wow, really smarky, that's what I have to say. Yeah, I don't know. So that's what happened. Ilya Dragunov comes out, you know, his birthday, blah blah blah. He says, you know, it's really good to see, you know, a man who I respect the most, Cody Rhodes, and whatever. I don't fucking know. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to fucking get more results with this stuff. But yeah, like, I don't know. Just stuff like that happened. Come on. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. This stupid fucking website. Yeah. Basically, Ilya Dragunov, this is what happens. Ilya Dragunov comes out, happy birthday chants, blah, blah, blah. But then, you know, he thought, you know, respecting Cody Rhodes. But then Dirty Dom comes out, says, you know, what he says. Oh, a second, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Oh my god. This is not how I wanted this to happen. I'm really technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties. Oh boy. Technical difficulties. This is just great. Alright. Okay. It basically, I don't know. It is dragging off. Says, respects him or whatever. But then immediately, not Cody, Dominic Mysterio interrupts, and Rhea Ripley's there. There, says, Idra, you just don't compare to me. And then, how about you put your NXT title match title on the line tonight? And then Dragunov says, you know what? I don't know. Idra says, not Idra. Cody says, is that so sure? Why don't you put your title on as well? It's like, what, we're getting just because tonight they're gonna put like a title for title unification shit tonight, because of AEW. But no, they didn't do that. Idris says, even though it's my day, it's a day of celebration, I couldn't think of anything better but to smash your boy or something. It just kind of sounded kind of gay, whatever. But also, like Dragunov says, my father used to work in a prison. And we know how to deal with those people, whatever. So there you go. I mentioned something about prison because Gary Don was in prison. Wow, whoopie-doo. So that's what happened. So that's the match is made for the main event. That Cody Rhodes says it's going to be Dragunov versus Dominic for the NXT Championship. And because this night is so special, we're going to also have the hottest star in WWE being the special guest referee, LA Knight. Like, so conventionally, like, automatically LA Knight is there. Like, how do you think this? Like, this is so, again, it's not smart. Like, immediately, like, how the fuck you knew this match was gonna happen by logic? How the fuck we knew this match? Because, again, they just announced this match on a flyer, right? Like, they didn't know that they would need a special guest referee. Like, wouldn't it make sense maybe to build up the match before the match starts? And, Cody Rhodes, like, I'm going to have also one special referee, and that'll be LA Knight. Like, he could have done that later on the show when the match starts, and that could be a big surprise for people, whatever. Also, like, really, you gotta... I don't fucking know. I understand they're trying to get ratings, but it just doesn't make sense, like, storyline-wise, right? I mean, you could have easily said, like, and he did mention that Cody Rhodes said that, there's no involvement in the Judgment Day, and he says, because there's also a special person already here tonight that I have seen or whatever, I think I'm going to appoint a special guest for you. You could have said, like, worded it better, that he knows that also the hottest star is here tonight, because it's a big night for NXT, and I'm going to appoint him as the special guest referee. You could have said something. It's got to be worded better. It just sounds, again, just the way they worded it is just like, how the fuck you knew that we need to, like, why would you just make this immediately a special guest referee type of match? Like, whatever. I don't fucking know. It is what it is. The first match, Asuka defeats Roxanne Perez. During the match, Shotzi was on commentary for some reason. She said, she and Scarlett, that's really weird. Like, Scarlett is not a babyface. She's a heel. And for some reason, they're coming back to host Night 1 for NXT, Halloween Havoc. Like, how does that make any fucking sense? But whatever. Asuka defeats Roxanne Perez. A little respect by Asuka. The match was whatever. I didn't really care. So, for people wondering, how did I watch both these shows? Well, to be fair, I did have 2 TVs. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have 2 TVs to keep up. So, there you go. There's sometimes I just flip and don't really pay attention much. It's just how it is. But to me, like, again, this, I don't know. I didn't really care about, I don't care about women's goddamn wrestling. During this time, you had a boring indie match with Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland happening anyway, so I didn't really care much, but anyways. But yeah, Asuka defeats Roxanne Perez. Asuka did deliver some respect to Roxanne after the match. It was like not a long match, I think, but it's like whatever. Asuka just did her Muay Thai shoe bullshit, whatever. It looked like she literally hurt Roxanne, by the way. But then, for some reason, what's that bitch name? Kiana James was there. I guess she did provide some I don't know. She was there. I guess this is because this match happened because she's jealous of Roxanne or whatever. But then Shotzi kind of saved Roxanne from Kiana James and puts her over, blah, blah, blah. I don't fucking know. It's not like Shotzi's some big star to put over Roxanne, like, giving her acknowledgement, like The Undertaker and shit like that, you know what I mean? Whatever. Butch, Rich Holland, and the second match, Butch, Rich Holland, and Tyler Bate defeats Gallus in a pub fight. I actually thought this match was not bad because there was a stipulation, getting their Irish boys and whatever, and it was a pub fight. The stipulation with that, not bad. It's just I thought the match went too long. You see, if this match happened during the Attitude Era, oh yeah, both shows were commercial free, by the way, for the first 30 minutes. Technically, NXT had 28 minutes, which I remember. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this company? You really kind of carried out yourself with that. But anyways, this was actually not a bad match. I enjoyed it. It just, I felt the match was very long than it needed to be. Like, they could have just, back in the Attitude Era when they had, like, the bar fights and whatever, right? The matches were not too long than it needed to be. Like, it was straight to the point. Some shit happened. Like, just basically like a fucking, like when the Acolytes, aka fucking APA, would fight, when they have that match with a bar fight, right? It was not a long match. Why did this match need to be long? And like, oh, get it, they do some weapons and they do wrestling shit. Like, this is a bar fight. I want to see bar fights, not some boring, typical bullshit. And this match was longer than it needed to be. It was not a terrible match, but the match, like, it was longer than it needed to be. That's the thing. But yeah, it was fine. The match was fine. Good match. Like, them using some weapons early in the match, but then they proceed to do a regular match, which, like, how does that make any sense? Whatever. And yeah, eventually they were able to. But they did end it with a table spot to one of the members of Gallus, a triple powerbomb through the table, and that's how they won. Not bad. It just, it's okay. It could have been more shorter, honestly, because it doesn't need to be freaking longer than it needed to be. Then John Cena, the champ, like, they're calling him the champ when he's not the champ. You could just say, John Cena is here. John Cena comes out to a huge ovation. The fans chant, thank you, Cena. And then, they call him the greatest of all time. Like, what the why are you calling Cena the greatest of all time? Whatever. Fans chanted, thank you, Cena. Cena blows over the NXT atmosphere. It's like, wow, what a hot crowd tonight. This is different. This is nothing I experienced ever. This is, we have Raw, we have SmackDown, and then we have NXT. NXT's looking, oh yeah, Cena came with like a Honda Civic. I think it was like the R-Type. Not bad car. After all, Cena's doing fucking Honda commercials. Maybe that's why he's fucking, because he's just fucking prestige. He's like hogging out, like, get it? I work with Honda now. Like, holy shit. Cena comes out. He says that, I love, respect NXT. I love it. It's the future, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't respect Carmella Hayes saying that, because we have the same values. And then Braun Breaker comes out. Fans breaks, Braun Breaker sucks. Brock Breaker sucks. Like the same tune as John Cena's song. And Cena says, I heard this song before. I feel like it feels good to change the lyrics. Oh yeah, fucking Cena acknowledged like that there's like let's go Cena and Cena sucks, and then fucking there's like one guy saying Cena suck, and then fucking Cena's like I respect the honesty. It's kind of funny. It's like this is something different. I love the feel or whatever. Cena said that he heard the song with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker says, the fans there came to see Cena. They came to see me. Whatever. And Cena says, I'm excited about Braun Breaker's match. And I was expecting to wish you good luck. But, and then he offers him a handshake. And then Braun Breaker punches him. And then Breaker was going Breaker was like aiming for do a spear, like a Goldberg style spear. But that Cena, he proceeded to have the AA position, but Braun Breaker retreats. Managed to escape. Not bad, kind of tease an idea of Braun Breaker versus John Cena in the future. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing this match, definitely. Let's say, again, if Cena was like the United States champion, if he won at WrestleMania and Braun Breaker turned heel, that would have been kind of cool if he did this earlier in the year. Like Braun Breaker coming to the main roster. And, you could have easily done something like that. Similar to like what they did with Kevin Owens, but now since Cena's putting over people, that could have been something. Sadly not happening, but whatever. It is what it is. Tony D'Angelo meets up with Cody Rhodes backstage, and along with Sax. They says the family, we're ready to defend our tag titles at Halloween Havoc. But you know what we want to do? You know, how about we have ourselves a bada bing, bada boom, battle royal there? You know, because we never your father did battle royals. How about we do like a little bada bing, bada boom, battle royal there, whatever. And then Cody's like, I like that. It's so corny. I mean, I like Tony D'Angelo and shit, but it's like, Cody, it's like, nah, okay, whatever. It is what it is. So they proceed to make a tag team battle royal ready for next week to make people care. Baron Corbin's backstage says, Ilya Dragunov doesn't want me to face him and only accepted Dominic's challenge because he knows he could win that match. Because he mentioned like he beat Ilya Dragunov before, whatever. But then he gets interrupted with Ilya Dragunov's. Oh no, not Ilya Dragunov's. Yeah, it was Ilya Dragunov's music. Ilya Dragunov defeated Dominic Mysterio to obtain an NXT Championship. The match was like whatever, you know. Oh yeah, the match. Dominic lost because of Trick Williams. LA Knight was there to prevent the Judgment Day from interfering, but then D-Jack came and attacked Ilya and said that to Corbin that he will beat him. He beat him to it. So we're gonna see D-Jack versus Ilya Dragunov for the fucking. Give me a fucking break. T-Bar. We're gonna see T-Bar as a fucking. Give me a fucking break. John Cena meets Carmella Hayes backstage along with Trick Williams. You know, they all respect each other type of thing. I do think I have some. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I think I have some context that I could mention. Where's the context? I'm trying to find the context from this or whatever, because like Cena did say something. I don't remember. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. You see, this is very tricky with the results. I have to fucking. It's all scattered. Like there's NXT results and AEW results mixed to each other, so it's like kind of makes it very hard to like definitely. But yeah, LA Knight's there, whatever. He refereed. He did his job, whatever. Okay. Oh yeah. Mel apologized to Trick that, you know, we gonna be champ soon. And then, yeah, Cena says that y'all gonna be champ soon, don't worry. Once Mel leaves, then Trick asks Cena, when do you know that it's your time? And then, like, Cena and Trick, like, both just then leave the ring. Like, you know, I don't know, it just does, like, the, you don't never know type of thing. So there you go. So that's what happened. We see Jade Cargill arrive on a NXT and meet Shawn Michaels. So Jade Cargill, get it? The switcheroo where like she's from NXT now in AEW. Same thing with Cody Rhodes, whatever. Cody Rhodes then books a triple threat match for next week. It'll be Baron Corbin versus DJ versus the winner of Braun Breaker Carmella. And I'm just thinking to myself, why not the match with Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes be the number one contenders match? Why is it that for some reason Carmelo Hayes, who just lost the championship, why couldn't that like be the match? Like that's the number one contendership. Obviously, Carmelo Hayes should biologically be the already contender for the championship. But like, why not? Like, if this is the type of stupid bullshit, like if Braun Breaker wins, he get a shot for the title too. Like. Why couldn't that be the stipulation? Like, what are you doing? Whatever. Instead, we're really gonna get Baron Corbin and D-Jack? Like, I don't know, whatever. I mean, I know Baron Corbin defeated Braun Breaker, but like, that's like the only logical contendership, you know, right? Why D-Jack? Give me a break. Lola Vice defeats Danny Palmer to advance in the next round of the women's breakout tournament. Lola Vice is that chick who's like the famous MMA fighter, but like you don't even recognize she's famous because like I don't know, like they refuse to take her like supposed popularity, but she's like this Colombian. She's like friends with Elektra Lopez and whatever, but she's like this Colombian sexy woman, whatever. Which is not a problem. God forbid having like trying to do something with that, but no, I don't know. Braun Breaker is backstage. Paul Heyman is backstage. He meets with Braun Breaker. He's like, Braun Breaker, you know, I am the wise man. You know, I'm the advocate for the longest reigning champion Roman Reigns. But I gotta say that Braun Breaker, you are the future. And he praised Braun Breaker as like Brock Lesnar type of thing. So you are a future main eventer for WrestleMania, and it's your obligation to beat Carmelo Hayes and break him. So that's what he said. Paul Heyman, like he arrived at an arena, was like so confused, like where the fuck am I at or whatever. We see Brian Pillman Jr., ladies and gentlemen, after all the vignettes with Brian Pillman Jr., like seeing like old footage or whatever, and legacies of like sons and daughters of wrestlers and blah blah blah, and he talks and he basically says like, I lost my father when I was 4 years old, and I didn't want to be known as my dead father's name anymore. I barely knew him. And then he says, you know, I'm gonna take instead of the name of my actual father who raised me, King. So I guess like I don't know. I did some research or whatever, it's not even hard. Like there was like a comment on YouTube. I saw this on YouTube. For some reason, I didn't really notice this promo, but I did saw it, and it was actually really good. I do look. Hopefully, Brian Pillman. They kept showing like resemblance of him and Pillman, whatever. But you know, he's not. He doesn't be known as Pillman Jr. here. He wants to be known as King or whatever. Apparently, his name is going to be Lexis King, which is like reference to his two sisters. So. I don't know. But like, what is who is King? Like, who was his father named King, right? But apparently, there's no father named King yet. It's just freaking gonna be Lexis King, which is okay. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. Carmelo Hayes in the main event defeats Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman. Cena attacked Breaker during the match after like there was like dissension between them. Solo came out during the match and they brawled in the back, and then Breaker attacked Hayes after the match after like the distraction by Cena and Solo, and Carmelo Hayes took advantage and won the match. The match was whatever. It wasn't really that like, intriguing really, but it's whatever. Heyman just like I guess also went away. Breaker then says, "There's only one badass here in the WWE," and then gong. And then we see The Undertaker as the American Badass himself, coming through the motorcycle. Look kind of awkward though, because I don't know, just I guess it hasn't been a long time we've seen a biker type of thing, but it's not bad, you know. The dead man gimmick is kind of like sadly dead now, so it's kind of because again that's more of how Undertaker is anyways in real life than being a biker, so. He rode a bike. They couldn't roll all over the fucking ring because again, the performance center is very fucking short, and they didn't fucking move the steps because that would have been obvious. But they just like basically rode like from the supposed entrance. But they did have like a minor byway entrance like pyro for Cody, but it didn't look fucking good. So it's like couldn't they just done this show in an arena? How about doing NXT's in an arena now? It'd be way better. Undertaker. He rode his fucking motorcycle towards the announce table, and he got in the ring. Basically tells Braun Breaker, you know, I know who you are, basically what he said. Oh yeah, Braun Breaker called, you know, you're just an old timer! Your time is up, but my time is now! And Braun Breaker says, you know, you're a special talent. You know, I see you, Braun. You're a special talent. But that ain't today. And he basically gives him a right hand, and then we then see a choke slam by the Undertaker to Braun Breaker. Good choke slam, and then we see Undertaker like he pulls off, and then he grabs the microphone and says, there's always an older, bigger, badder, badass around, and I'm the baddest of them all. And then that's how the segment ends. That's how the show ends with Undertaker standing tall. He poses, and he also grabs Carmelo Hayes, who's like on the corner, raises his hand, and he puts over Carmelo Hayes a little bit. So obviously, you know, is Carmelo Hayes going to be the big future as Braun Breaker? I don't know, because again, it's kind of his size and whatever. I don't know. And to me, Carmelo Hayes is like kind of very generic. It's just a typical, you know, get it, I'm black and she, you know. But overall, the show wasn't bad. Definitely a way better NXT show than usual. I enjoyed NXT better than ever, really, like tonight, or yes, last night. Like, you know, just, who cares? Like, oh, Undertaker, well, it's, you know, they've been already doing it anyways, but it definitely made the show better. It just goes to show, like, wow, like, a lot of these people are not the future when they're supposed to be slated as the future. I don't really see Carmelo Hayes as unfortunately the future. I'm sorry, he's just not. Braun Breaker, yeah, but, you know, just That's how it is, you know. But yeah, they needed these people because a lot of these people. But again, like, oh, but Black and Gold didn't need to do this, and guess what? Black and Gold's already fucking losing to AEW. So what does that fucking tell you? So I don't know. Anyways, that's NXT for you, ladies and gentlemen. NXT was better than usual. I enjoyed the show better, honestly, than AEW because of AEW. Like, was actually I should go on with AEW. Again, I'm not saying I hated AEW entirely. It just was more boring than NXT, my honest opinion. All right, now let's move on to AEW, ladies and gentlemen. So that was NXT. I thought NXT was way better than usual. Now let's move on to AEW, shall we? So yeah, AEW started with their first match, which was Bryan Danielson defeating Strickland. This was a number one contenders match for the the fucking TNT Championship. Thought the match was pretty boring because, like, again, there's no story and it's just gay technical wrestling bullshit. Bryan Danielson's supposed to, like, you know, he's like equal weight class with these people, and he struggles to fucking do wrestling moves to these people, and yet for some reason, like, they're supposed to, like, I don't know, he's supposed to be able to freaking lift them or whatever, and he couldn't. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that's what happened. Oh yeah, how can we mention the buy-in? The fucking AEW did a buy-in for this show. Where on YouTube it had Eddie Kingston and maybe some Japanese guy, was it Morono Suzuki? And for the ROH something championship, whatever, and like, who gives a fuck? No one fucking watched. But then during that, it's announced that Tony Khan mentioned that Jon Moxley's not cleared to wrestle. Instead, Orange Cassidy will get a rematch for the International Championship, which is made later. AEW tried to basically do shit to make people care, like shock value type of shit. But it's like, wow, did it not make a lot of sense what they were doing, or nor do what people will care. Okay, let's be for real here. But yeah, Bryan Danielson defeated Swerve Strickland. Swerve tries to use the crown. Apparently he had, but Hangman Page stops him. Seconds later, the Bucktuskus knee, whatever, the fucking knee that Bryan does wins, and like, who gives a shit, whatever. Then we see, the second match. Powerhouse Hobbs defeated, hold on a second. Yeah, whatever. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Oh yeah, how can I forget? No, the first match, actually, I take that back. Oh man, I'm about to lose my, oh man, I gotta get a charger. I gotta get the charger, ladies, because I reviewed this. Hold on a second, bear with me. Before the first match, actually, Christian Cage opened the show, which I should have mentioned. Hold on a second. Gentlemen. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. My laptop's gonna need some charging. So basically, the show actually started with Christian Cage opening the show. Basically said that because he's the TNT champion, he's, you know, it was Title Tuesday. Oh yeah, so this show was called Title Tuesday, right? Yet there's the entire, you know, when you think of Title Tuesday, right? When you think it's the night of champions, where championships are defended, right? Yet all the titles were not even defended. There are no bears. Like, the AEW World Championship was not defended. The tag champions were not defended. How is this Title Tuesday when literally most of the matches on the show are non-title matches? How does that make any fucking sense? It does not make any fucking sense. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're bullshitting with the name. That's like false advertisement. You're misleading the name. This show, but you had some time, but again, it's not like you had the world title on the line, you didn't have the fucking stupid tag titles on the line, you didn't have all these titles on the line. One, it also makes sense that like you did this match with Bryan and Swerve at Collision and then lead to this match. Like, I don't know. It just, again, this is bullshit. This is not Title Tuesday. Oh, but it's overexposing the titles. But why call it Title Tuesday then? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Why even call it fucking Title Tuesday? It's fucking stupid. You're fucking bullshitting with that. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, Christian Cage opened the shows. He talks about how, you know, he mentions like Edge or whatever. I want to. Oh boy, I have to go back. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, declares the first as the main champion of AEW or whatever. I'm gonna make this show commercial free the first 30 minutes in honor, like, I don't know, something about the first match of the show. He does mention how, you know, it's gonna be tonight. It's also we're gonna see my my former friend get destroyed by Luchasaurus type of thing, whatever. That's what he mentioned. But yeah, first match, Bryan defeated Swerve Strickland to become the number one contender for the team championship. Match was pretty boring, in my own opinion. Second match, Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Chris Jericho. He basically kind of being Jericho that bad. Like, Jericho didn't even look like he had offense. He kind of looked like, you know, basically solo beating him because they're trying to establish Powerhouse Hobbs as some big star, even though like basically ruined the guy. So why should we care? Hobbs then attacks Jericho after the match and absolutely destroyed him. Basically, they look really weak. The third match, Orange Cassidy defeated Rey Fenix to win back the International Championship. I mean, I think he won because they were supposed to have Moxley win back because, like, Rey Fenix was clearly not supposed to be the champion, I believe, but whatever. Wardlow defeated, I don't know, he squashed Matt Sydal, aka Little Evan Bourne. Whatever. I don't know, whatever. Who cares about Orange Cassidy? But, you know, who cares? Whatever. He won. This is a little big shock for their fucking win tonight, whatever. Wardlow won against Matt Sydal, basically squashing the motherfucker. Which, okay, good. During the show, they showed that, like, John Cena was appearing on AEW technically because of the commercial Wipeout. Because of the show Wipeout, because of the commercial. And it was kind of like picture to picture. So, I don't know, it was like during Cena, but apparently it was like the coincidence where he was like on the same channels, but, you know, in different forms. So it was kind of funny. Jay White defeated Hangman Page because of Swerve Strickland. I don't care about this match. There's no story. I don't care. I'm bored. I don't fucking know. After the match, MJF comes out and asks Jay to do the right. How about you do the right thing and give me back the world title? Jay says, I will not, and I will until you fight 3 other people so I can have sex with them. I'm guessing. You know, how about you find 3 people and we can tolerate to face the blood called gold? The big thing about this, Juice Robinson pulls out a roll of quarters, you know, whatever. He says, whatever, I have to read. So, like, there was a big controversy with this, by the way. And I didn't really understand why, whatever, but all I know is that, hold on a second. Just trying to get the context. Trying to get the context. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, so Cena appeared at both USA and TBS at the same time, yes. So what happened during this segment? During this segment, they did this thing where the roll of quarters, right? Apparently sparked controversy because it was like what's going on right now with Israel, right? Apparently that's like a Jewish insult with like the roll of quarters or whatever, or like basically money, right? Get it? Because Israel, like they're like a lot of these people are rich or they care about money type of thing, which is like whatever. Okay. He says, how about you pull out? Well, he pulls out, come out here, take this money, and I'm gonna break your jaw. And this is like apparently very offensive to the Jewish people. Which again, first of all, I think I want to do a video based on what's going on. I stand with fucking Israel. Okay, I don't give a fuck if this offends people. Like, if you're defending Palestine, I mean, I understand. I'm not saying fuck Palestine. Okay, it just again, Hamas is a terrorist organization in Palestine. Why are you supporting people in Palestine when Israel are getting attacked? This is literally this is like the same situation that we had in 9/11. With America. To them, what's going on right now is basically their 9/11. And you got people really saying free Palestine I'm not saying be anti-Palestine. It doesn't mean like being like supporting Israel does not mean anti-Palestine. It's being anti-terrorist. And a lot of these motherfuckers I'm seeing, all these Muslims are being terrorist sympathizers. Like, fuck yourselves. Because of your religion. But again, all this is religion bias. It's fucking disgusting. I'll do a video eventually about this, by the way. But yeah. So apparently it's like poor taste, but it's like whatever. Apparently MJF mentioned like how he was bullied and like it was being drawn by quarters or whatever. Apparently, like what I remember, the role of quarters is like a penis joke also. Like I don't know, but apparently he's like he gets pelted, like he gets like bullied or whatever because of this. So that's like sparked, and then MJF makes MJF angry or whatever. It's like how about you come fight me, whatever. But then they just like basically retreat, like no, who cares? And then like MJF doesn't have his title, like whatever. I don't know. Can you just like go get it? Hikaru Shida defeats Saraya, aka Paige, to win the women's title again. There's no build. Just like when she won the title like recently again. Like, how did that make any sense? What's with the hard-on of Hikaru Shida winning the women's title already multiple times, and it's been meaningless women's title matches? Like, Hikaru Shida is probably one of the most meaningless women's champs I ever fucking seen. One of the meaningless wrestlers. And already she's like the 3-time women's champion for some dumb fucking reason. How does that make any fucking sense? Why? How does it? I don't fucking know. During this match, Toni Storm distracted Saraya. Apparently that's cost like you're clearly trying to build to Toni versus Saraya. Why does it not what are you gonna do with Hikaru Shida? How does it make any fucking sense? Like really? Isn't the feud like Saraya versus Toni for the title? I don't fucking know. No do I care. Some roll up and that's how she lost. Max Caster went to MJF after MJF got a hold of Adam Cole, but Adam Cole, like, they lost connection. Adam Cole mentioned how there was no connection. They did mention that how during, like, people thought, Adam Cole's ignoring MJF, but they did mention, like, when Adam Cole was doing his vignette, they basically did a vignette where Adam Cole is helping around with Roger Strong's home. He says he needs surgery, but then, not to worry about whatever. It just, like, you gotta help me do whatever. Basically, like, Adam Cole's not getting the surgery he needed because he's trying to help Roger Strong. He's getting distracted with that, and there's no cellular connection and whatever. So it explains, MJF not getting his phone picked up last week or whatever. Max Caster went to MJF and says they they offered their assistance to MJF, but the MJF declines or whatever. Max Caster mentioned how, why you want to help him so much? And Max Caster, we started off together actually in the Indies, and I let's help each other. And plus, I like the guy or something. I don't know, some gay shit. I'm confused. Isn't Max Caster the gay, the straight guy, or isn't the other guy this gay guy? Like, what is it? They're both gay? Like, what are y'all doing? And Billy Gunn's like angry and walks away. What is it? Billy Gunn getting angry? No long. I don't know. For some reason, Billy Gunn's angry. What is this? The teasing some dissension between the Acclaimed? Like, I don't fucking get it. Whatever. Unless they mention like he's just angry at MJF for being a piece of shit or something, After that, then the main event. Before the main event, Christian Cage shows up. He's in the ring. He says how Adam Copeland was my friend. Now he wants to team up with him because Adam needs me, while I don't need him. That's why he came to AEW. That's why he wants to team up with me so bad, because I'm on a roll. Instead, when he wasn't here, he was busy taking care of people who wore suits and like it's Halloween, trying to act like they're tough guys or something. Basically mentioning the Judgment Day. That's what he did. Trying to get the fucking So that's what you mentioned. I'm trying to get the full context actually. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to get the full context? There's there's things I might not have mentioned, so. Yeah, you mentioned the Judgment Day, how instead you were while I was having the best run of my life, you were ahead of a group that act like they're Halloween tough guys, blah blah blah. He says, I'm a fan, everyone here is a fan of mine, in fact, I know your wife is a huge fan of me, and that's why your little girl's lyric at Ruby will be taken care of. Hey Beth, I know you are listening. Put some clean sheets on the bed because your new father is coming home, girls. So I was like, even though, Uncle Jay, he's supposed to be, Uncle Jay. I guess, Uncle Jay wants to, play the night, right? He's basically, oh my God, Uncle Jay's going to come and play the night, boy, girls. He's being, sound like those, mother, children. But it's heel shit, right? Because get it, they viewed him as Uncle Jay, he's the uncle, but now he clearly I'm be a father. Holy shit, right? A little edgy there, but then this makes Edge angry, so no pyro for the fans tonight, even though their pyro, I will say, their pyro work is not the same as WWE, that's for damn sure. It's not the same oomph that WWE has. But yeah, sadly the fans missed out on the pyro. Edge was angry running the ring, which it makes sense. It's just the golden rule is you must have Edge do his entrance, no matter fucking what. Where it's early in the show in a segment, at least do that. And if you can do a match where he runs up and gets angry, then you gotta do at least where he fucking does the pyro. That's the golden rule, and fucking AEW fucked up with that. But yeah, Edge fucking shows up, angry. Christian retreats, and then Luchasaurus showed up. Eventually, distract Edge. Nick Wayne, I think he showed up and attacked Edge from behind, and then just led Edge to being very weakened already in the match. And then he's facing Lucha, and then he proceeded to get beat up by Luchasaurus during the match. So basically, so the match started with Nick Wayne attacking him, weakened Edge. Edge is but he's he has heart. He starts the match. Luchasaurus proceeded to do the Tombstone Pile Driver. Already in the match, but Edge kicked out too. They kept talking about his neck, which I guess that's the story now. Which is kind of similar to WWE, about his neck, where will he be surviving well? Will he keep fighting, or his neck will catch up to him where he has to retire again, type of deal. The match was not bad. It was started off kind of but I guess it was the story of the match. This was Edge's first match. Edge is angry at Christian for mentioning his wife and whatever, acting better than him, when he's supposed to be his best friend and all that kind of shit. But now, Luchasaurus is taking him out, basically, because, Christian may view him as a threat, right? So, they told a story in this match. Edge was getting beat up, which, it's not ideal how you do an Edge match, but it's a story, so I don't mind this at all. And then the match eventually picked up where Edge got some offense. He didn't died after, Luchasaurus basically beating the shit out of him. Edge kept coming back, overcoming Luchasaurus. There was a spot with the steel steps, separated from the ring. Luchasaurus was basically acting like Undertaker. I remember, though, when I was watching both AEW and NXT, because I'm on different rooms watching it. You see Undertaker showing up in NXT and Luchasaurus basically doing a fucking sit up like the Undertaker. So it's kind of funny, huh? What they're doing. Edge actually freaking he did a very cool spot where the steel steps was set up. Luchasaurus was already taken out. He was already in the outside when Edge got some he was coming back from in the match, right? Edge did he ran from the apron to the steps, jumping from the steps to a spear to Luchasaurus, which was kind of cool. Christian Cage was watching the match in the entranceway, basically having sight on Edge, and then eventually Edge was coming back. Christian was trying to help Luchasaurus with the chair, having a chair set up. But then, yeah, like a Christian, like he basically eventually did, like, it looked like, oh, Luchasaurus by win, where Edge was gonna do a spear, gets hit like with the chair, like he hits the chair face first, and then like choke slam, but he kicks out too. Basically, Edge kept kicking out, kept fighting, but eventually, when there was like a chance for Luchasaurus was to almost win, or Christian was about to help Edge lose, Edge takes the belt, that the TNT Championship from Christian, hits Luchasaurus. This distracts Luchasaurus, like thinking for some reason Christian attacked him, but then eventually Edge did a spear. 1, 2, 3, Edge wins. After the match, they still beat down Wayne and whatever, but then then the Blackpool Combat Club and Seth Moxley, because Danielson's gonna face Christian at Collision. Again, there's no story for this match, but whatever. He comes out. They all help Edge. It's kind of fun. I would like to see what they're gonna do with Danielson and Edge, and they maybe go in deep of what happened from WrestleMania 37. It would be nice to them revisit that feud a little bit, kind of mention it about all that kind of shit, but whatever. But I don't know. Basically, the show ended with a big brawl, which is like kind of fun. It's fun. The show was supposed to end, by the way, they extended the show 2 minutes above as scheduled, because they wanted to beat they think they were going to beat NXT by having extra 2 minutes, but then they fucking kept having the show going to like 10:15, basically over the limit of what they're supposed to go, but because they wanted to beat NXT, but the show kept going. So it's like this show is almost kind of like 3 hours if you think about it. This show is basically almost a 3-hour show with their buy-ins and whatever. They basically were trying to be like a 3-hour Dynamite. So it's just like people complain about Monday Night Raw, and then this show was basically kind of felt like already a 3-hour show, if anything. Eventually, like the Blackpool, but then Hangman got involved along with Strickland. So brawls with certain wrestlers, and then Edge, he did a spear to what I think Nick Wayne, while Christian was distracted, and then Brian had him in the label lock, making him tap, and Edge is staring there, and that's how the show ends. Not bad ending, honestly. The main event was great. I enjoyed the main event. While I was watching the main event, while I was watching NXT, right? NXT overall felt like a better show, had better pace, but NXT AEW definitely had a good main event. I enjoyed the main event. Definitely, the Edge match was like the only real thing that I enjoyed from the show. That's for damn sure. And then maybe the MJF thing was fine. It's just like whatever. But overall, But yeah, oh wow, AEW had a few title changes, even though it made no sense, right? I don't really care for the Orange Cassidy title. I think it's fine, sure. Maybe him getting his title back, it's okay. I don't mind that. But Saraya losing the title, what? Why did she lost it because Toni Storm got involved? I will say, Toni Storm being timeless Toni Storm is actually intriguing. Marilyn Monroe type of shit, it's kind of intriguing, it's kind of fun. I like it. I just wish she had longer hair, because that would be hot. Oh, why you care about her hair? What about the ass? That's like saying you fucking, who cares if it's a tranny? She has an ass. Y'all fucking weird. You can't, come on. Overall, the show was not bad, definitely. The main event saved the show, but the show was whatever. Definitely enjoyed the Christian Cage stuff, the promo and the match in the ending, and even him opening the show. I thought, it was fine, but the show overall was pretty boring, unfortunately. NXT, while I didn't enjoy the show overall, too, I thought the show, I thought the show was just better, it was better than usual. What I'm trying to say is, I thought NXT was better because of, Undertaker, Cena being there. It's going to be better, okay? It's just how it's going to be. It's better flow, and it just visually was just much more, because things happened on the show to make people care, right? And sure, it didn't make sense storyline-wise. A lot of these things didn't make sense storyline-wise, but it's just to help make a better show. Again, star power is always going to make people care about a show more or whatever. Plus, what they did on the show was good, which I would say. I enjoyed the show. And if you say anything, it does help a bit of the story also with developing for future stuff. You could see maybe Cena versus Breaker in the future. Cena and Carmella interacting with each other more in the future if Carmella goes to the main roster. Kind of establishing future stories. Which, that's the long-term booking, right? AEW, only thing I really enjoyed was just Christian and Edge being on AEW. and that's not enough to make people care about the show. Like to make me care enough to say the show was good. It was the main event was fine, but I thought the show was more so kind of boring in my own opinion. NXT felt like a better show, and NXT was better than usual. I thought that NXT was actually kind of decent tonight. AEW, I thought the show in general though, like the main event, definitely the main event stuff and opening with Christian, those were good. So I would say AEW, but aside from that, the show was more so boring. It was just really just some one match, in my opinion, one match show, or just basically the main event saved the show, in my opinion, which it was more so a boring show, but it was a good main event type of show. Other than that, yeah, I mean, they kind of put some effort. It's just the problem with AEW. AEW is like, really, you think putting effort to the show is having these boring indie matches because they're good matches? Come on here, they're not. That's not good. If you want to make people care about the show, you gotta do fucking, big rating type of shit. Where was Sting? You know what I mean? Why not Sting be on the show? Make people whatever. Maybe that would boost some ratings. If you want, again, this is Title Tuesday. Why not have MJF versus Jay White on the show for the world title? Why couldn't you do that? Honestly, that's not a main event match for a pay-per-view. Come on, give me a break. Jay White in the main event. The only smart like he has that fake. Again, he's just tofu. Overall, that's both shows. My review for both shows. Good thing I don't need to watch these shows like individually this week. Definitely, when people, oh, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. No, it's just so just because two shows were happening and for some reason it lead to like a million viewers watching. But again, it's not even like a million viewers really. If you there's two people like two TVs, like it's pretty much probably the same type of people, Whatever, I don't know. But in the end of the day, whatever. I think the show, they try to put some effort. It's not like good effort really, but there was some effort on both shows a little bit. So yeah, that was NXT and AEW for you. That's my review for both shows. NXT I thought was a better show, and NXT was just better than usual. It was a decent show. AEW did have a good main event. Good seeing Edge and Christian on TV doing some stuff. I liked the story. But other than that, I didn't really enjoy much with the show. I guess MJ was fun. It's just I don't really care to him seeing him facing Jay White. Like it's some gay indie feud really. Oh yeah, MJ then did mention I was coming on to the reason I work so hard from distancing from myself who I really am being a bully or whatever, but I see myself in you with JY but the reality you're gonna lose all your people. Basically kind of phrase they kind of copy and paste what fucking Christian Edge did, where Edge mentioned how they're gonna leave you in an instant. It's kind of like they're ripping off that a little bit really. I mean, whatever. I mean, I like MJF, but it's just like it's whatever. It's not really intriguing with him feuding with Jay White, in my honest opinion. And again, he's gonna win the match because again, they're doing the whole cliche. We're gonna steal the title, but eventually we're gonna lose the title back to you because you're the actual champion cliche. You know what I mean? Overall, good main event with AEW. Thought the show sadly was pretty boring for the most part, but NXT definitely was consistently more better in terms of entertainment and stuff. And watchability. And yeah, that's what I have to say. But overall, good to see a little effort from both shows, even though not a lot of great effort, like to make people really care about ratings shit, but whatever, it is what it is. Oh, that's all to say, people, just keep real, get your games, close my mystics, buy me some bitches, go oh shit. That's all to say, until next time, peace, yeah, bye.